times like this where I have to take out a million nails, I like to think about my previous life when I had an easy job working in an office. Doing the same thing over and over again for 17 years, sitting down, paid vacations, a gas card, Christmas bonuses. And ever since leaving the office job for this life we live now, it has been the hardest and the most satisfying thing I have ever done. But thinking about that time where I worked in the office helps me get through it. In some weird way, I have to remind myself how I felt at that time of me wanting just to get out of the office. Well, I'm here because this is what we wanted, right? We signed up for this. Turkeys have been getting out. There's 2 turkeys in here. Come on, turkeys. Come on, turkeys. Set this up. Just walk over. Come on. We're gonna work in the barn again today. I need to clean up that mess that I made the other day. But no matter what project you're doing, you still have to feed the animals. You can always tell just how hot it was from the amount of water that the animals drink. And these were completely empty from yesterday. When it's not that hard out, these waters will typically last about 2 days. You ever feel like with pigs that you're the guy that always owes the money? Hold on, pigs. I'm coming. I'm coming. There you go. That's it. That's all these coonies take. Not to say they don't root up. They do. But as long as you give them grasses to forage in, they don't do as much rooting as, say, just a regular fast-growing pig. I mean, they've been here for about 2 weeks, and this is all they've done. And they will eat the poison ivy, so they were eating under this tree. Sometimes I like to fill up waters in the night. Oh, I forgot to turn on the water at the barn. That's another thing I need to do this winter or fall, as soon as possible, is water. I need to trench a line and start laying some pipe. Look at that. That's something new I learned. Rubber boots don't get you shocked. How are you supposed to know this stuff? And that's how you step over a hot fence. That's touching. That doesn't need to be like that. Let's use my boot. There you go. Look alive, chickens. This week we are making our way back to the barn because we're processing these guys this week. Still have some feed from last night. We'll top them off here. Plus some grit, little rocks. Those chickens and these chickens are 7 weeks old. We're gonna wait another week until these guys are 8 weeks to butcher this batch. We might end up butchering the goose too. Christmas goose. These are the smaller chickens of the 2 batches. I mean, still small chickens here. Look at that. Look at that guy. That one's super small. These guys are small. But I feel like this batch was weird. Like they just had some small chickens, and I felt like they're not eating as much as they usually are. Usually they're just starving. I'm thinking maybe it's just too hot. This is the hottest part of the year, and maybe they're just not as hungry. Hey, turkeys. These turkeys have been getting out. It seems like they're just getting out like in the late afternoon. All right, what's going on here? What's going on here, turkeys? You saying hi to the meat chickens? Come on. Come on. We got 2 in here still. Come on, turkeys. Come on. It's probably been a month now since I last clipped their wings. But maybe if I had the taller fence, maybe they wouldn't jump out as much. All right, my chores are done. That took about 40 minutes. All right, let's get to work. We're starting our fall garden. We got leeks, Swiss chard, kale, spinach, cabbage, quite a bit of cucumbers.
All right, well, we just picked up our Azure standard order, and I thought I'd share with you guys what we got for this month. We've been ordering every month for years, and sometimes I forget to show you guys what we get. Some of these things I will be splitting in half with my mom, and then some of the stuff is just for our bulk storage. One of my favorite things to buy from Azure is their oils. So we'll get a 1 gallon container of avocado oil and another gallon, which I didn't need this time, of olive oil. So this one's avocado oil. I like making mayonnaise with it. One of the things that my mom and I have enjoyed making recently is some granola. And so we thought we would kind of split. I didn't really need a whole lot of it, but we would split some almonds and some of this shredded coconut and dates. So that's another really cool thing about Azure is like you can split it with a family member. You don't have to, if you don't really have the storage space, you can, you know, share it and split the order. Another thing that I got is this curry powder. We got these 5-pound blocks of cheese. Now what I will do is I'll slice these up and then vacuum seal these into portion size, and then I'll just stick it right into the freezer.
How does this hold up in the freezer?
Great. So when you thaw it with Monterey Jack cheese and you go to shred it, it might crumble. Same with a lot of the other cheeses that you buy. I know we've bought a Colby Jack cheese before, and that one really doesn't translate into shreds. But our family doesn't mind. I mean, when you run it through a grater, it crumbles, but either way, you're still getting little pieces, just not perfect shreds. So it's okay for us. We don't mind it, and in order to have this much cheese and not have to keep stepping out of our home to run to the grocery store to buy cheese, this is actually worth it. We got these dates. Jason's favorite snack is dates. And we also like using this to bake with. We use it for snacks. The last thing that we got is the maple syrup. This is a 1 gallon container of maple syrup, which is kind of nice because this will last us a few months. We don't use any processed sugar. When we bake, we usually bake with maple syrup. Our family does not go out to eat very often, or at all, almost, and we don't eat fast food. So it's good to have like things that we can just cook really quickly. These organic tortillas in our freezer is just gonna make for like our fast food. We do make our own corn tortillas from the organic corn masa that we also buy from Azure. I really like doing that. But it is a little time consuming to start a whole batch and make it from scratch. So this is just something that's just like quick, and we can have it on hand. If you would like to place an order with Azure, check out down below. We'll leave a link for you.
Okay, I'm back in the barn today. Well, excuse me, horse stable? Is that the proper term? Well, I'm turning it into a barn. Look at this mess. So all the wood I took down this wall, and now I'm trying to take out all the nails. I also been working on this John Deere. I go back and forth of keeping it and selling it, but honestly I don't have a place to put it and it's in the way in here. The starter here does not grab on. This thing spins and then it turns this and that turns on. The bottom part was a little rotted on that, but honestly that's not the reason why I tore down the barn. I just need more space in here to do stuff, to build stuff, to bring in my tools. I need to take out all these nails. This is the first hammer I have ever owned, and I bought this 6 years ago, right before we moved to North Carolina. So I've never, prior to North Carolina, us living here, I've never owned a hammer until then. I'm just trying not to step on any nails. A hay feeder, I think I'm gonna keep this one. Might come in handy one day, you know? I might use it, repurpose it, or just use it as a hay feeder. All right, that's it. I did it. Look at all this material I salvaged just from this one little wall here. Some of this is kind of corroded. I mean, like these I didn't take out. You know, some of these I had to really cut up. You know, these ones are really good boards here. This is all termites. Another thing is this beast of a door here. That thing is super heavy. We all know that wood prices are high right now. I would do this regardless if wood prices were not high. Let's check on the turkeys. 4, 5, 6, 7. You guys are all here. What's up? They didn't go for their late afternoon stroll. Goose always gets this muddy. All right, super stoked that turkeys didn't get out. Yeah, but looks like I still have some time before it gets dark because I need to do some mowing. Yeah, I need to, among all the things that you got to do here, you still got to do kind of like the day-to-day stuff, like mowing the front yard. Hey cows, I'll see you in the morning.